What's up, YouTube? How's everybody doing out there? Welcome back to my channel, Queen Elise. If you like what you hear, hit that subscribe button. Hit that post notification bell so you can know every time that I post a video. Hit that like button if you like what you hear. Comment down below if you got anything you want to express, any subjects you want me to research or vlog about. I am here for you. I can be your human dictionary. I can look it up on the internet for you. I can read the book for you. I can do any research you need to do. First of all, I would like to start off by saying rest in peace, Queen Elizabeth. When it comes to that family, ever since I was little, I can remember when Prince Charles and Princess Diana got married. But even before then, I learned later in life that, I was doing research on Queen Victoria and how she was so much in love with Albert. And then Queen Elizabeth's daddy came into play some kind of way. And when she was off on safari one year, her daddy died, so she had to come home immediately, and she had to start her reign. I want to say she was still a teenager when she started her reign. I don't know, it was 17, 19, I don't know, but I got it somewhere in my notes, but I know she was very young, and she had to take over the reign after her dad had passed. But ever since I was little, I would always hear about Queen Elizabeth and the Queen of England and Buckingham Palace and Balmoral and all those different places. And you know what? It always fascinated me. I always wondered what was life about in the reign of Queen Elizabeth and England itself. And then I learned that Queen Elizabeth was the leader of a lot of different nations. A lot of nations really respected who she was, her and her husband Philip, who died a couple years ago. But you know what? They lived longevity. They lived long lives. But I can remember I didn't know too much about the English life until Princess Diana came about. When she came in that family, you hear me? Everybody wanted to know who they was. Really, nobody was stunned old ugly Prince Charles, but he's King of England now, I'm glad. But Princess Diana, I ain't seen no wearing dress like hers since. I ain't seen no train like hers since. I don't even seen somewhere the rich Indian families and Egyptian families and stuff get married, and they try to replicate, but nobody can't duplicate Princess Diana dress. She got out that carriage, honey, with that long train. That I'm talking about, that was the thing of, I think it was in the 80s. That was the junk. That wedding was on TV all day long. We didn't have Twitter and social media and all that kind of stuff then. We were all glued to our TVs. We wanted to see Princess Diana every move. Even before they got married, and we found out she was a little teacher, though. The paparazzi started on her then. And you know what? And I hate to say, I believe that paparazzi is the main reason why she did die like she did, because a lot of times even when she was driving her little car, she would be speeding, trying to get away from them folks. So I can imagine the so-called experienced speed drivers from this paparazzi, they just lost a little control that night because it was by that tunnel. See, he probably had them, he probably had lost them, but right when he was going in that tunnel, I believe that's when they crashed, and they were going so fast that the impact smashed the car up, so everybody in there was either smashed up, broke up, or whatever. Ain't no telling how they looked when they got them out of that car. I haven't seen any pictures or footage, and I don't even think they'll put those kind of pictures out, because I can imagine how gruesome and devastating it was, because you could remember how the car looked after the crash, and so they weren't able to make it. But I just got a strong feeling it was because that driver he was probably good at getting away from paparazzi. But it don't take but a half an inch. Because you can tell how when the car hit, it probably didn't even hit it by much, but it made it smash into, and then almost go to the. I mean, it's just if you go back and look at the pictures, you can see how gruesome the crash was. But we were devastated when we heard about Queen Elizabeth. I mean, Princess Diana. Now, let me tell you something else. This is just my opinion. I was a Princess Diana fan. Queen Elizabeth, okay, she leader of England. She did a great job. Prince Charles, I don't even know what to say about him. You know, he was born into privilege. You know, I can understand I think he was the oldest son. Then it was Andrew, then it was the other one. But Andrew, come to find out, he had so many different ways that we didn't know about until this Jeffrey Epstein stuff started coming out. So if he had behavior like that on the inside of him, and you can kind of tell with Fergie the kind of way he may have or may not have been, that he probably wasn't equipped to lead England anyway. Prince Charles was already boring, and he liked horses and things like that, and he knew how to follow direction good and this and that. So he was the best candidate to become king. You know, in my opinion, it'll be good if they can just skip over Charles and just go on to William and let William live 80 more years. Let him live, let me see, he probably about 20-something now, so yeah, let him live at least 70 more years, you know. But see, they got to let Charles do his thing first. And I could kind of take Charles doing his thing. But I'm not going to never accept Camilla. I don't care who she thinks she is, because I don't like how she was sneaking around trying to holler at him while he was married to Diana. I mean, you can't help you went up to par. You know, the way you go passed around, your name wasn't good anyway, you know. And I know some people going to get mad about it, but that Princess Diana was my girl. That's like having a friend that you don't want her done wrong. And Camilla thinks she's slick, you know what I'm saying? She got what she wanted. She ended up getting Charles. Now she gonna be the King of England wife. But in actuality, I wish that they could just skip over Camilla and Charles and go straight to William and Kate. That's what I wish would happen, because I don't know who Camilla thinks she done did that. And they got her thinking it now, because she going to be the one running the thing, because Charles ain't got no sense. Camilla the one always had the sense. You know, she was older. She steered Charles. She the one really raised Charles. So, of course, he going to do what she say. So, in the end, Camilla, the one really going to be in charge of stuff, you know. And I really don't like that. And a lot of people have accepted her, but it's just so. And even, I believe, even Diana's children have accepted her because of their daddy. They want to respect their daddy. I think that's why Queen Elizabeth accepted her, because of Charles. But if I had my way, I would skip over Charles and Camilla and go straight to William and Kate, because ain't nobody studying Camilla like that. I still ain't her on her team like that. Yes, she may be smart. Yes, she know how to ride a horse. Oh well, you know, I just ain't. It don't sit well with me with her yet. You know, and I don't think it will be, because to me, Princess Diana was like a friend. She was relatable. She was compassionate. She was empathetic. She was beautiful. She was smart. Them folk had drove her crazy. And then paparazzi was after her because, you know, that comes along with being famous. But, and like I say, that man probably was as an experienced driver. But if they were trying to beat that paparazzi car, and they going through that tunnel, it may have barely missed, but when it hit, and it hit with big compact, and that's what really killed them. But you know, I I wish that they can just go on to Kate and William, you know, because I believe William is equipped to run England. You know, he's young, he's smart, he's vibrant. Everybody loved his mother, you know. It wasn't but a few of them in the parliament and stuff that really didn't like Diana. But they the one put her, that old man, when they had to have a virgin, they wanted to have a successor. And that's one of the greatest contributions Diana gave to the world was her sons, you know. Harry, she started, the reason why Harry can do like he do now is because she started the Independence Road. She wanted her life and her children. That's why she took them to McDonald's. You know, they didn't want crumpets every day. They wanted them a Big Mac, you know, and she took them in her car. You know, I admired Princess Diana for breaking the cycle somewhat, you know, breaking away from that family, you know. Even though when she broke away from the family, I believe she still loved Charles, but it's just Charles and his ways messed things up. Because if he was halfway charming, you know, it may have been a little bit better. But he was boring, wanted to ride every horse with Camilla. Every time he turned around, he's sneaking around with her, you know. And then for Camilla to be so disrespectful, you know, even of a man like you, you know, okay, for instance, a man like me, I know this man married. It's too many other men in this world that or either I tell him, look, don't you marry that girl. I'll give you some children. Don't worry about what Parliament say. I ain't finna be sneaking around with no married man. That's why Diana would get mad sometimes. You can see it in the documentary. This is nothing I made up. But like I said, Diana gave us an insight of what the royal family was like, and I appreciate it. You know, it's like the way she loved the world, you can feel it individually. You know, even how she was there for AIDS patients. When people didn't even want to touch the people, she was hugging and shaking their hand and everything. You know, and I miss her. I miss her a lot. You know, I still wouldn't say she you know, if she were married to Charles, she probably wouldn't have wanted to be the king's wife. She wanted to be her own person. And she was able to do that in the end, you know. And that's the good part about how she was able to lead this earth. She had broke away from the royal family. You know, she had a relationship with her children. And like I say, I ain't with, you know, I'm going to have to respect King Charles' wife, but ain't nobody studied Camilla. I still ain't studied her. She thought she was slick, and in her eyes, she won. But Diana would probably be like, you can have all that all you want. I'm finna go to McDonald's. I'm finna not have to go to these boring dinners and these meetings, and they got to meet up with Parliament and all this and that and this and that. You got to go to this country, that country. You got to be old and sick not to have to go. But if you able-bodied, you got to go to Australia this day and this day. And guess what? Ain't nobody received people like Diana, like they received Diana. These countries would love when she come. When she come to town, everything stopped. Every gift bought. Every flag waving. Even when she came to America. Met Michael Jackson, all that kind of stuff, you know. And then we all want to see what she had on, because she was beautiful. We ain't studying what Camilla have on. We was a little bit kind of looking at what Queen Elizabeth had on, but it was no style like Princess Diana. When she stepped out that limousine or whatever they were riding in, everybody was looking. And they say Charles was jealous over that sometimes. How you gonna be jealous over a lady? That's what I'm doing. If you act like if you get your nose out the air so much, they probably would have liked you too. But when she came to town, when she came in the country, everybody was ready. Every gift bought, every child, baby, everybody wanted her to hug their baby. All this kind of good stuff, you know. And I also liked how when the Obamas went to go see Elizabeth, how relatable they got along. She kind of let her hair down just so slightly, when they got along. But the Obamas are such a relatable couple, and they're real and understanding people. You know, they had that spirit like Diana too. They were good folk. We call it good folk, being good folk. But I wanted to come in here and just pay my respects to Queen Elizabeth. You know, that part of England is over. Now it's Charles' time. Charles is pretty old too. I'm wondering if something happened. I got to find out if something happened to him, who would take over there? Because it better not be Camilla. It better not be. It just need to be right on to William. And William can do what he want to do. Then everybody else die off, and then they can do what they want to. It can be Camilla after the end. If she, you know, she'll be what, in the grind. You know. So that's what I'm gonna do when I get off. I'm gonna look up and see what would happen to the monarchy if something happened to King Charles. It better not be Camilla. And I know everybody not gonna agree with what I say. Lord, forgive me if I'm hurting anybody's feeling, but this is my opinion. And I'm not the only one that feel this way. Because like I say, it could be, just picture yourself with a really good friend. A friend that you love and care about. And this other lady that's interfered with her life. You'll feel the same way. And then your friend dead, and here she go walking around, you know, with the same hairstyle for 50 years, you know. She can't touch Diana's style. We ain't studying what she got on. She can keep that little two-piece little suit she wear to herself. And keep seeing about them highs, make sure they getting swept and the shelves getting paid and everything. So if you like what you heard, hit that subscribe button. My channel, Queen Elise. And if this is your first time, come right along with me. Like I said, I am here for you. Comment down below if you got anything to say about this subject. And I will see you in the next video.